Right, now do you remember yesterday we met Zoe McClelland, who by changing her eating habits managed to get rid of irritable bowel syndrome? Today, nutritionist Patrick Holford. He's here to talk about what a change in diet can do for eczema sufferers. 30-year-old Sarah Scott has suffered with the problem all of her life. So we put Patrick to the test to see if he could find a cure.
I've suffered from eczema since I was a baby. It was a lot worse when I was a child. However, I still now do suffer from flare-ups, in particular on my hands and my arms and my legs. It's the classic itch-scratch cycle. It gets very red and broken and weepy, sometimes gets infected as well. My youngest daughter Fern suffers from eczema. This first happened after I'd stopped breastfeeding her around the age of 6 months. Fern mainly suffers from eczema on her hands, her wrists and her legs. Both myself and Fern use emollient cream morning and evening as a general to try to stop the skin being so dry. We both also use steroid creams when it does flare up in order to sort of stop the cycle really. My fingers in particular get very sore, which then if I'm even just preparing the dinner and you chop an onion up and you get the sort of juice onto your skin, it can be quite painful. Obviously it knocks your self-confidence, in particular when you get patches on your face or like I say your hands where it is very visible, and when it's really bad you don't really want to go out. Having tried various different things over the years, especially now Fern's developed eczema and is quite bad with it, I'm really at the point where we just want to find something that will work for us. I had my consultation with Patrick about 3 weeks ago. At the same time I had a blood test to see what allergies I might have. The blood test revealed that I'm intolerant to tuna, apples, pork, carob, buckwheat, maize and oats. Patrick asked me to avoid those foods mentioned previously completely. There were also certain foods that I reacted to but not as much, and I was to only eat those 1 in every 4 days. Patrick also advised that I take certain supplements. These were fish oils, a vitamin C and a multi-purpose vitamin. These were to increase my immune system and improve the skin, calm it down. I was also given both vitamin A and antioxidant creams to apply topically to the skin. I have found it hard with the foods, as so many different foods have to be eliminated from my diet, and I'm also vegetarian, which has made it even more difficult. My typical diet now would be either millet flakes with fruit and nuts or Rice Krispies for breakfast with soya milk. For lunch I'd have rice cakes with hummus, and in the evening I'd either have rice and vegetables with fish or potatoes and fish. I've definitely seen an improvement. My skin has flared up a couple of times in the last 3 weeks, but not as severely as it would have done before, and it's gone away quite quickly, but it's definitely been worthwhile. I can see myself sticking to the diet with a few more variations made to it. Ideally I can reintroduce some of the foods and it will make it much more easier to continue on a long-term basis.
Well, Sarah is feeling so good and so confident that she's got herself a new job, which is where she is right now, and she's doing incredibly well.
She is. It takes a few weeks to heal the skin. There's really 2 sides to eczema. In fact, some people have what's called atopic eczema, which means they sort of inherit it. And it's a little bit like their immune system, which you can think of as your police force, is belligerent. So in her case, we wanted to find out what is causing the inflammation.
Right.
And in most cases, there are allergies, food allergies and other allergies. The most common of all is milk. And she had already found out that if she eliminated milk, her skin was much better.
Right.
But when we ran a proper IgG, allergy test as it's called, she was reacting to all sorts of things. Now, the bad news is that can be a little difficult.
Yeah.
She was reacting to garlic, she was reacting to corn, she was reacting to apple, to tuna.
Right.
But the good news is that it's not just about the foods. Like, it doesn't mean that apple is a bad food. What it means is that her immune system is hyper-reactive. So the first step is by finding out what you are reacting to, you can eliminate it, calm down that belligerent police force immune system.
Right.
And there are certain foods which help to reduce inflammation and certain foods which increase it.
So what would she be eating to help reduce it then?
Well, for example, meat and milk always encourage inflammation, whether you have eczema or asthma or even arthritis. While fish, and especially the oily fish, the salmon, herring, mackerel, kipper, they reduce inflammation. Flax seeds and also pumpkin seeds are very high in these omega-3s. So more seeds, more fish, less meat, less milk for everyone helps to calm things down.
It's a bit of a tweak. As you said,
Yes.
good idea. I mean, key points. Proper test, first of all. Do
Yes.
that test.
Yes.
That's you know, that's what you've got to do. It's like being a detective, isn't it? But take that proper allergy test. And what else should we do?
Well, the next point is, you know, eat those oily fish
Yes.
and flax seeds.
Right.
Get a lot of vitamin C and vitamin A.
Right.
And if you have eczema, you want it both on your skin and in your mouth.
Right.
So you can get these vitamin A rich skin creams, and that's what she's on. And I would expect in 2 months her skin will be absolutely perfect. Now you can eat vitamin A as well.
Sure.
It's in berries, it's in carrots. You know, think of carrots for the eye.
Okay.
And actually, if you eat carrots every day for 4 or 5 days, you can literally look at the colour of your skin underneath, and it will go a bit more sort of bronze yellow colour.
Right.
So vitamin
You've got
A.
to be worried about that.
No, it's good. It gives you a kind of healthy glow. Vitamin C is good too.
Sure.
And I gave her vitamin C supplements, as well as recommending foods like berries rich in vitamin C.
She's doing incredibly well. We're going to keep an eye on her because our little girl has got the same thing, but obviously you can't test her until she's 2 years old.
That's right.
But we'll keep an eye on them and see how that goes. But Patrick, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.